This recent COVID-19 pandemic is a reminder to us all how fragile life can be.
In Baltimore, on Earth Day, advocates celebrated what seems like a rare victory for the environmental justice movement and the long-running fight to close down dirty, trash-burning incinerators. Activists had just completed a die-in at the incinerator to demand its closing when they got the news. They held signs that read, "Mayor Young, fight so we can breathe." They were calling on Baltimore City to appeal a federal court ruling striking down a law, Baltimore's Clean Air Act, which restricted dangerous air particulate matter that could be released by the incinerator. On Thursday, Baltimore officials indicated they would file an appeal in the case. We're now joined by Greg Sawtell and Tarek Thompson, who took part in the protests. So Tarek, we know that COVID-19 is disproportionately impacting working communities and African-American communities. Just living near this incinerator makes you a lot more susceptible to those kind of diseases because it really affects your health. Can you explain those connections?
The South Baltimore communities are going to be communities that are going to suffer more from it, going to be more susceptible to it because they're dealing with COVID-19, and they're also going to be dealing with the incinerator. The incinerator is already something that's causing issues with respiratory, and that's why a lot of people who live in these communities have asthma.
Greg, I wanted to ask you, so you celebrated a small victory on Earth Day, but this bigger fight, which has been going on for years to stop this incinerator. And I know you worked on a campaign to get another incinerator that was planning to be built, halted several years ago. So this is really a long-running battle. Can you talk about what the next steps are?
Working with Tarek went to the high school where students who started Free Your Voice were able to, after 5 years, stop the plan to build the nation's largest trash incinerator less than a mile from their school. And so the work is only growing as more people understand what the incinerators really do to our health and to our planet. And the answer that has emerged from the grassroots is we need a just transition to a zero waste system in Baltimore, one that isn't centered on profit and making people sick, but that's centered on conserving our precious natural resources, our planet, and people's health. So the good thing is that we have a concrete plan of action for how to transition when, not if, we leave the Bresco incinerator behind to a system that creates, in the plan, creates 1,800 new jobs, living wage jobs that we desperately need in Baltimore, that creates a system of recycling and composting for all residents, not just some. So folks who live in public housing will have full access to the quality city services that we need to divert materials that have been going to Bresco to reuse and recycle those materials. So the next steps as we're coming up on our city election is we need bold leadership. We need leaders who are going to step up and understand what a zero waste system is. Now that Baltimore has a zero waste plan, it's been passed and adopted by city council. So we need a mayor who's going to fully embrace that and take leadership.
The Real News will keep following this story and other key issues like incinerators and public health and how that makes communities more susceptible to pandemics like COVID-19. I'm Jess Lenore for The Real News.